Okay, so our practice for today, we need, as I mentioned, a strap, you need a block, and something that slides. So, I have this sexy snakeskin see-through thing that can slide on the floor under a foot. So that's something we need. It can be a shirt, can be a sock, can be a, you know, pillowcase, anything that is going to allow you to slip and slide on the floor as we practice today. So the intent for today's practice is to cultivate a healthier relationship with imperfection. And this intent is so inspired by things that I have going on right now, which is my parents are here. I am launching my first ever online course in gut health. And also I'm teaching like a course next month. And it's just like, it feels like all these things all at once. And if you've ever felt that way in your life of just like, holy crap, how did I end up with so much on my plate? It's really easy to shift into this place of feeling a lot of pressure internally and a lot of pressure mentally to perform and achieve and do it all and do it well. And then still try and be a good parent or friend or kid or partner or whatever, right? Like we put all of this pressure on ourselves to be like, to be perfect, right? To be able to be a great business person and friend and yada yada and do it all and do it exceedingly well. What happens is that I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we have kind of an unhealthy relationship with imperfection, right? Whether that is allowing ourselves to be imperfect, whether that's allowing somebody else to be imperfect, right? It comes up in judgment, maybe if it's about somebody else or about how the world is, frustration that people can't change or be different or line up to our standards. And then on the flip side, we apply that to ourselves. So for today, quest for sending breath into areas of your body, either where you feel frustration, where you feel this pressure that can build up internally, chronically, from holding ourselves to this high standard, or feel for sending deep breaths to wash through an area that you've struggled to embrace the imperfection of. Whether that's something in your psyche, and if it's in your psyche, where in your body do you feel that? Or if it's just a physical area of your body you've maybe had a relationship with that you could embrace the imperfection a little more. Okay. So sit up tall, close your eyes. Our pranayama to help loosen up the grip of control is to sit with the feet in Baddha Konasana. And we'll practice 20 pumps of Kapalbhati followed by lion's breath. And we'll do several rounds of this. Kapalbhati, remember, is the short, fast exhales. Okay, 20 rounds of that, followed by inhaling, expanding your lungs, and then lion's breath, which is lang. Okay, so you open up your tongue, you open your eyes wide, you create a crazy face, and you let out a roar. Okay, this really helps us get ourselves into that space of feeling more comfortable with our imperfections, with our weirdness, okay, and reducing some of that pressure that builds up inside. We'll practice 3 rounds. After the first round, hands walk forward. Second round, hands walk to the right knee. Third round, hands walk to the left knee. Okay, let's do this together. Hands back behind you on fingertips. Open up your collarbones. Draw your shoulder blades towards your spine. Lengthen the back of your neck up so that your chin levels more towards the floor. Inhale, expand your lungs, pressing the balls of your feet together and spreading your toes. Go for 30 pumps of Kapalbhati, followed by a lion's breath. Let's go. After 30, blow all of your air out. Stay empty for a moment. Then take a huge expansive inhale. And exhale with lion's breath. Walk hands out in front. And then rest the weight of your torso with gravity. Send a deep breath washing through your core, feeling all of the space you're carving out. Exhale, soften the place between your upper back and your neck. Now in this pose, take a deep inhale down into your low back. Exhale, gently press your feet together. Bring your torso up for our second round, hands back behind you. Open up your chest. Lift your rib cage away from your low back. Deep inhale into the center in front of your chest. Go for 30 rounds, followed by a lion. Let's go. After your exhale, hold your air out for 5 to 8 seconds. Then take a huge inhale through your core, fill up as many parts of your lungs as you can, and then lion's breath it out. Once you're empty, walk your hands over to the right. Savor your breaths now that you've felt what it's like to empty out some of that internal pressure. And in your remaining breaths in this pose, can you feel for what you can do internally to release the grips of pressuring yourself? Okay, bring your torso back to center. Hands back behind you once again for round 3. Okay, 30 pumps Kapalbhati. Hold your breath out for 5 to 8 seconds. Then inhale fully and lion's breath out. Let's go. Once you're empty, walk your hands over towards the left. Feel the peace that comes after embracing your own fierceness. I will also say, whenever I do Kapalbhati, sometimes I have like a little boogers, kind of move out. Embrace the imperfections of it all. Feel for softening up inside. Okay, press your hands into the floor. Go ahead and bring your torso back up. Lay on your back. For abs, have your block nearby. Okay. Go ahead and lay down. We'll start with elbow to knee. So have your feet just underneath the height of your hips. Active feet, spread your toes. Hands clasped behind the back of the head. Point your elbows towards the ceiling. Here, instead of figuring how perfect you can get in the pose, can you actually feel for just tapping into the sensations of your strength as it builds up? Inhale, lift your head and shoulder blades up off the mat. Hold your breath, press your low back into the floor, and then curl your tailbone up. Exhale, reach your elbows towards the left knee, straighten the right leg forwards at 45 degrees. Point through the toes of the right foot, stretching the top of the ankle. Inhale, bend the right knee, head and shoulders rotate back to center.
Hold your breath, press the low back into the floor, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows towards right knee. Point through the left toes at 45 degrees, reaching out through the toes as much as you can. Pull your belly muscles down. Inhale, bend the left knee, spread your toes of both feet, head and shoulders back to center. Hold your breath, press low back down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows to the space above the left knee, reach out through the ball of the right foot this time, spreading the toes as wide as you can. Imagine reaching the ball of your right foot through a wall that's in front of you. Pull the belly muscles down. Inhale, bend the right knee, head and shoulders back to center. Hold your breath, press low back down, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows to the space above the right knee, reach out through the ball of the left foot, spreading your toes out wide. Reach the foot forward a little bit more, feeling your abs turning on and getting intense. Inhale, bend the left knee, head and shoulders rotate to center. Hold your breath, press the low back down, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows to the space above the left knee, reach the right heel forwards this time, flexing the toes back towards the shin. Reach your triceps up a little bit more. Inhale, bend the right knee, head and shoulders back to the center. Hold your breath, press the back down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows to the space above the right knee, reach the left heel forwards, flexing toes back towards shin. Press forward through the ball of the foot and through the heel. Inhale, head and shoulders back to center. Exhale, head down and feet down. Take a moment to feel all your body's heat and juice. Okay, so preparing for Brolga. For Brolga, Gabe, this might be your first time, but I think you can get it from the cues. And if you have to watch me, you can. Okay, so it's similar to elbow to knee, if you want to just watch for a second. But the foot goes up towards the ceiling on the first round. Then you place the foot either onto the thigh or onto the calf muscle to press into the leg and reach elbows up. Okay, so you get activation of the inner leg and inner abs. Okay, let's do this together. Hands behind the back of the head once again. Knees are bent, feet just below the height of the knees. Inhale, curl head and shoulders up off the mat. Hold your breath, press low back down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows towards left knee, straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, reaching up through the heel. Pull belly muscles down. Inhale, bring your left hand onto the left foot, left ankle, and place the foot either onto the right calf or the right thigh. Exhale, press the foot into the thigh into the foot, tractioning with the foot, reaching the thigh out of the hip socket. Elbows reach up. Inhale, come back to the start position, bend both knees, head and shoulders stay out. Hold your breath, press the low back down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows now towards the right knee, straighten the left heel up towards the ceiling. Pull belly muscles down. Inhale, place the right foot on the inner left thigh or left calf muscles. Exhale, press the foot into the thigh, reaching the thigh muscles away from your hip socket. Elbows and triceps reach up, pull belly muscles down. Inhale, come back to the start position. Hold your breath, press low back down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, reach elbows towards the left knee, straighten the right heel up towards the ceiling, flexing toes back to shin. Inhale, place the left foot into the inner crease of the right thigh or onto the calf. Exhale, press the thigh towards the foot, foot towards thigh, reach both foot and thigh up towards the ceiling, then curl your shoulder blades away from the floor a little bit more. Inhale, head and shoulders back to center, come back to center with the legs. Hold your breath, press the low back down, curl tailbone. Exhale, reach elbows towards the left knee, straighten the, other side, right knee, straighten the left heel up towards the ceiling. Pull belly muscles down, reaching up with the left heel. Inhale, bring the right foot into the left thigh or the calf muscles. Exhale, press the thigh towards the foot, foot towards thigh, reach both thigh and foot towards the ceiling. Reach your armpits up this time. Relax your jaw and facial muscles. Inhale, head and shoulders back to center. Hold your breath. Press low back down. Curl your tailbone up. Exhale. Reach elbows towards the left knee. Straighten the right foot towards the ceiling this time. Reaching up with the foot like you're reaching your femur out of your hip as much as you can. Inhale. Bring left foot into the right thigh or calf. Exhale. You know the drill. Press the foot and thigh towards one another and up towards the ceiling while you reach your triceps upwards. Inhale. Come back to the start position. Hold your breath. Press low back down. Curl your tailbone up. This time, exhale, elbows towards the right knee. Straighten the left foot towards the ceiling, reaching the left femur out of the hip. Inhale, bring the right foot into the left calf or the thigh. Exhale, press the thigh and the foot towards one another, reaching up with the left heel and the elbows. Inhale, come back to the start position. Exhale, head down and feet down. Come up straight into bridge on a block. So lift your hips up. Place the block on the highest possible setting underneath your sacrum. Once you're in bridge on a block, press through the right foot and reach the left heel towards the ceiling. Wrist stretches. Go ahead and point your palm to face towards the ceiling. Flip your fingers so that they're pointing towards your knee. With your right hand, grab onto your left pinky finger. Pull back slightly. Inhale, feel the rhythm your breath has gained at this point. Exhale, reach the heel of your left hand towards the ceiling while the pinky finger is pulled back. Grab onto the ring finger, pull back slightly. Inhale, extend the breath into the front of your chest. Exhale, reach the center of the left palm towards the ceiling while you reach the center of the left foot up as well. Grab onto your middle finger and pull it away from the hand. Inhale and send the breath towards your collarbones. Exhale, spread the fingers wide apart while you reach the palm away from the right hand. Grab onto your pointer finger, pull it back. Inhale up towards your armpits to the best of your ability. Exhale, press more through the right foot as you reach the palm, left palm towards the ceiling, pulling the finger back. Grab onto the left thumb, give it a little shake. Inhale down into your stomach this time. Exhale, spread your fingers wide apart, pulling the thumb back away from its root. Reach up with the ball of the left foot. Go ahead and bring the left foot down, arms down. Take a moment before moving on to the other side just to feel the difference that you've created in left side of body versus the right. Use this as a moment to embrace the imperfection of things simply being different on one side of you versus the other. And both coexisting at the same time in the same place. Neither one is good nor bad. Let's do the other side. Press the left foot into the floor, reach the right foot up. Reach the left heel of the hand towards the ceiling. Spread the palm open so the palm is facing the ceiling, and then fingers are pointing towards the right knee. Dedicate one breath to each finger, pulling it back, and then exhale, reaching it up, reaching up through the hand, okay? Walk yourself through this, one breath per digit, and then you come back into bridge on a block. Go for it. And as you continue with this hand and with this stretch, Can you feel for the masterpiece that your body is, to be able to be in this shape and to consciously be opening up in so many different ways? Once you finish, hands come down, feet come down as well. Go ahead and finish on up if you haven't already. Press your hips up towards the ceiling, lifting your hips off the block. Remove the block with one hand and place it off to the side. On your next exhale, slowly curl your upper back down, followed by mid back, mid low back, and then finally your low back and sacrum. Once you've landed, take a moment to fully relax through your core, your torso, and your hips. Wash yourself with the delight of tapping into your own inner strength, your own inner pharmacy. Roll onto one side and then come up to hands and knees. For turbo dog or turbo dog, one leg up. Okay, so for turbo dog, Gabe, you might need a demo for this. I don't remember if we've done this. Your hands are going to be underneath shoulders. Then you walk hands forward, one hand's length. And then you bend the elbows closer towards the floor, not onto the floor, but about halfway. And then you're hugging the elbows towards one another. So you're turning on your chest muscles. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Come on to hands and knees. Walk your hands forward, one hand's length. Bend your elbows at least a third of the way towards the floor, maybe halfway towards the floor, maybe even a little more. Press your hands into the floor, especially underneath the pointer finger and the thumb. Squeeze your elbows towards one another and squeeze your hands towards one another while pressing down. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. It's okay if your heels don't touch the floor, but keep elbows bent, keep hands, forearms, and elbows moving towards your midline. Inhale, send a deep breath towards your armpits. Exhale, continue to press the ground away with your hands while you squeeze hands towards one another. If you want to lift one leg, bring your feet closer together and lift the left foot up. Keep the elbows bent. And at the same time, embrace the imperfection of where you're maybe at today. Let it be okay. Change sides, bring the left foot down. Reach the right foot up. Continue to wrap your shoulders and continue to press active hands into the floor. Good. Lower the right foot down. Come down onto your knees. And set up now just for good old dolphin. So now that you've activated your shoulders in this way, actually grab your block for dolphin, palms up. Okay. So for dolphin, palms up, block is in between the wrist bones, forearms on the floor, palms facing up. Relax the weight of the head down. Press your wrists into the floor and then into the block. Feel for spreading your thumb towards the floor. Tuck your toes under, lift hips. Just like you felt in Turbo Dog, can you feel for reaching your elbows down towards the floor and then squeezing elbows towards one another, even if it's just a slight contraction? Instead of setting this standard on yourself and creating pressure of how can I last here? This is too hard. Can you just feel for lasting in this for 3 more breaths? Can you savor the strength you are cultivating? Even if you're not exactly where you think you want to be already. Good. Lower knees on down. Place your block off to one side and then come up to standing. Okay. Good to see you, by the way, Amy. Meant to say hi when you came in, but we were in the midst of abs, so. Good to see you. Okay, coming to horse stance with shoulder shrugs. So drop your hips down, feel your legs turning on, getting sexy. Relax your arms completely. Noodles. Inhale into your upper chest. Hold your breath, bring your shoulder blades up towards your ears like you're stressed out as hell. Bring your shoulder blades back and then exhale, drag shoulder blades down the back, away from ears, saying no to stress. Relax your arms again. Inhale into your upper back ribs. Exhale, bring the mid parts of your shoulder blades back towards your spine, towards one another, and then draw shoulder blades down your back while you're lifting your head up. Relax your shoulders. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, bring elbows towards your rib cage. Reach the bottom tips of shoulder blades towards your spine. Draw the top tips of shoulder blades back, rotating them back and down. Relax your arms. Inhale, spread a big breath into your upper back. Hold your breath, bring shoulder blades up towards ears, back, and then exhale, bring shoulder blades down while you slowly lower your hips down with that same motion. Inhale, spread breath into your upper back. Exhale, bring mid shoulders towards the back of the spine, hugging your shoulder blades back and down. Open up in your collarbones a little more, like you're arcing them up. Relax your arms. Inhale completely. Exhale, bring elbows towards the shoulders. Triceps hugging in towards your arms, and then bring your shoulder blades down while reaching shoulders back. Relax the arms completely. Lower the hips down a little bit more. Here, we're going for our pranayama once again, here to feel this intensity. So our pranayama was 30 breaths Kapalbhati, followed by exhaling air out, holding for 5 to 8 breaths, 5 to 8 seconds, and then a lion's breath. So feel for that strength here in this pose. Let's go for it. 30 Kapalbhati. After 30 Kapalbhati, exhale your air out, hold out for 8 seconds. Good. Inhale, expand your ribs as much as you can. Exhale with lion's breath. And straighten your legs. Heel toe your feet together. That should probably feel real good, y'all. Okay, come on to the front of your mat. Have your strap and block nearby. For B series with, let's do 3 post vignettes. Is everybody hot already? How are my people in cold climates doing?
Oh yeah, thighs are
Yeah?
warm.
Okay, same. I mean, we're here like it's like 80 something, so hot. Amy's taking layers off. We're getting sexy in here.
I'm hot.
Yeah, perfect. Love it. Yeah, we're lots of sexy people here today. Let's go. Okay, so stand at the front of your mat. I really need to figure out where I can place this thing so you can actually see me. Okay. That's the best we got today. Okay. Stand at the front of your mat. Be serious. 3 pose vignettes. Let's do it. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, reach your hips back. Sink your hands towards the floor. Forward bend. Halfway lift. Inhale, reach your skull bones forward, reaching your rib cage away from your low back. Exhale, plant your hands to the floor, step back into plank, and lower down either chaturanga or modified chaturanga. Inhale with up dog or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior 2, ostrich. Inhale, step the left foot forward between your hands, come up into a warrior 2 position. For ostrich, interlace your fingers behind your back, and then reach your hands away from your low back. Here in this pose, inhale, feel for your rib cage continually lifting away from your low back. And as you exhale, feel for tucking your tailbone down so there's a subtle shift in your hips forwards. Inhale and feel for any areas along your collarbones or just above your heart that have a tendency to want to shut down. Exhale, and in hugging your shoulder blades back, agree internally to stay open. Extended warrior variation, release your hands, bring left elbow down onto left thigh. Bring right hand behind the low back, and maybe grab for the thigh. Exhale, tuck your tailbone down and forwards. From there, inhale and telescope your ribs away from your hips and reaching your torso back. Exhale, rotate the right shoulder blade up towards the ceiling, relaxing your neck. Easy twisting warrior or easy twisting lunge. Bring the right hand now down to the floor and then either lift onto the ball of the right foot or foot reset into warrior 1 pose or knee down. Twist the left arm up towards the ceiling, opening your chest towards the left. Here in this pose, feel for how can you work internally to make this more of a restful pose. Instead of more doing, how can you find a moment, a glimmer of inner peace in this pose? Bring left hand down to the floor. Inhale, step into plank. Exhale, lower knees down and lower chest down. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior 2, ostrich. Inhale, step right foot between the hands, come up into a warrior 2 pose. Interlace fingers behind your low back. Then reach the wrists away from your hips. Inhale, telescope your ribs up. Exhale, shrug your shoulders back and towards one another while reaching your elbows away from shoulders. Inhale and feel for telescoping the left side of your rib cage up. Exhale, press more through the right foot. Good. Inhale, telescope the upper right chest up. Exhale, draw shoulder blades down your back. Extended warrior variation, bring the right elbow onto the right thigh. Reach the left hand behind the back to grab on for waistband or your thigh. Relax your head's weight over to the right. Here in this pose, feel for leaning the weight of your chest back until you feel connection and support with your left forearm behind your low back and ribs. From that point of connection down into your legs, feel for moving your tailbone forwards. From that point of connection to your upper back, feel for arching backwards and more open. Easy twisting warrior or easy twisting lunge. Left hand down to the mat. Pick up the heel of the left foot and reach the right hand towards the ceiling. Once again, feel for how you can distribute your weight so that it is not the most perfect pose on the outside necessarily, but rather that internally you feel like you can get a little bit of a break here. That might even mean lowering into lunge if warrior feels like too much. And you relax your neck a little more as a reflection of how much you're maybe pressuring yourself to be in this pose. Bring the right hand down to the floor. Step into down dog. Lower knees down for crow pose. Okay, so if you know crow, play in crow for 5 to 8 breaths. If you need a demo, you'll use a block, maybe even 2 blocks. Step up onto the block with the balls of your feet. Connect your knees to your elbows or your upper triceps. From there, your hands on the floor, and if you remember Turbo Dog, the elbows were slightly bent and hugging towards one another. You then have to lift your hips up and then reach the crown of your head forwards so you start to feel the weight come into your hands. From there, you play lifting one foot, potentially both feet. Okay, aim to play around here. The goal, remember, today's practice is not how perfect can we be, but how can you embrace the imperfections? Maybe you fall. That's okay. Good, Gabe. Yeah. Yeah, once you feel for just getting that connection of lifting one foot and then really stabilizing between your knees and your elbows or knees and triceps. You look great, Amy. So strong here. Good. Okay. Finish on up in your next 2 breaths or so. Okay, and then come into downward facing dog. Okay. Eagle Warrior 2 or up level to Emu. Inhale, step the left foot forwards between the hands. Come into Warrior 2 with your legs. From here, left elbow crosses on top of the right, and then wrap your arms. Option to stay here with torso up, or to come into Emu, which is where you dive your chest forward towards the floor. Whichever pose you choose, inhale, feel for reaching your elbows above the height of your nose. Exhale, ground down through the heel of left foot. Then inhale, bend the left knee a little bit more and telescope your ribs away from your hips. Exhale, relax the weight of your forehead into your arms. Head to ankle prep. Go ahead and bring your hands onto the floor, uncrossing the arms. Walk your hands over to the right, keeping the left knee bent and the left toes facing left. Have your right hand on the floor close to the right foot. Bring the heel of the left hand close to the inner left thigh, as close up to the groin as you can get it. Then straighten the left elbow so that the chest starts to reach over to the right. Once again, press through the left heel, feeling the left leg really turn on. And from there, squeeze the left thigh towards the left hand, pressing left hand into the thigh so that you feel action going on in the whole inner leg line. Especially connect down now through the ball of the left foot. And twisting pigeon, sternum to foot. Bring your hands on the floor, pick up the right heel, lower the right knee down. Lower the outer edge of left thigh to the floor. And once you're in pigeon, walk your hands to the right. You can have your chest up, or you can start to lower the chest towards the floor. Here in this pose, can you practice embracing whatever you feel in your hips? So by that, I mean, like, if it's tight, can you just be okay with it being tight? Or does it have to be this whole battle? Does it have to be a big deal, or can you just be in a pose, knowing it's never permanent? Knowing that it's not permanent, what can you take from this moment? Good. Come on, bring torso up. Move left heel in towards the hips. Press into plank. And then lower knees down, lower chest down for both hands clasped. Once chest is down, clasp your hands once again behind the low back. Then swap the cross of your fingers so that it's kind of the funky way. Start to reach back with the balls of your feet. Squeeze shoulder blades together and then lift the hands away from the low back. Inhale, feel for telescoping your ribs up away, curling them away from the floor. Exhale, press the upper thighs down. Good. Unclasp the hands, bring torso back down. Come into downward facing dog. I am sweaty, y'all. I don't know about you, but this is a good one. Inhale, step the right foot forward, between the hands. Come into warrior two for eagle warrior two, or eagle. From here, right elbow crosses over left. Wrap the arms. And if you're feeling it today, forward bend with the torso. Otherwise, chest stays up. Inhale and slide your forearms forwards and up. Exhale, move your forehead into the cradle that's being created by your biceps. Here in this pose, can you actually feel for your legs and your body supporting you without your mind having to do all that goddamn work? Can you just trust what your body is feeling and doing? Breathe in a way that allows you to soak up your body's wisdom. Undo the cross of your arms. Bring your hands down onto the floor for head to ankle prep. Walk hands over to the left. towards the left foot. Keep left hand on the floor. Bring your right hand into the right hip crease. Bend the right knee a little bit more. It also has a tendency to kind of unbend here. Then straighten out the right elbow as much as you can to lengthen right side of the rib cage away from the right hip. Press through your feet a ton more. And then inhale, glide the right side of the ribs away from the right thigh. Exhale, press the right hand into the right thigh to glide the right thigh now away from the ribs. Exhale and relax your neck. Pigeon, twisting sternum to foot. Hands onto the floor. Walk your hands to the front leg. And then lower the outer edge of right foot, right thigh down. Once your hips are down, walk your hands over to the left so that your sternum and your foot line up. Option to bring your chest towards the foot. One way I like to do this on days I'm feeling flexible in my hips is I actually bring my forearm into the arc of the foot, and then I use that to help pull my chest more towards the big toe and the big toe ball of the foot. Feel for pressing the outer right shin towards the floor. And then inhale, glide your ribs away from your right thigh. Exhale, relax in the upper back. Good. Come on out of the pose. And then watch me for what's next. So now is when we need our sexy slidey thing. I'm using my sexy little 50 peso, $2.50 slidey thing. That's so fabulous. Okay, for inchworm. Okay, so for inchworm, this is a variation of Ekapada Bakasana, in which, once again, you can use a block to step up onto the block. Okay, and the idea here is that the knee that's bent and it's on the block will connect to your upper arm. So you're creating a little table for it. Okay, the hand will be on the floor. Block can be as high as you need it. You create a little table for the elbow, for the shin. Okay, the other elbow bends slightly. And then you step the ball of the foot onto your slidey thing. When you inhale, you slide back. And you exhale, you press the ball of the foot into the floor to then lift the hips. Inhale, slide back. Exhale, press to lift. Okay, another variation of this, if this feels very challenging, but it requires a little more opening in the hip, is praying mantis. You lower the forearm down and then lift the hips. Same thing. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, lift the hips up. Okay, I'll show you just really quick what it looks like on this side, so you get a sense of where the arm is as this is happening. Okay. So you're creating a table so that eventually you can pick the foot up and float it. Okay. So let's play around with this. Okay, aim for 3 to 5 reps on each side. And if that's too challenging, go back to crow pose. And feel for having a juicy ass crow pose. Are your wrists doing okay, Amy?
I fell over playing cricket
Oh
and
no.
knocked on my elbow and it went into my shoulder. So I'm just gonna take it easy on my body today.
Absolutely. Yes, embrace the reality. I mean, part of embracing imperfection in a healthier way is embracing reality, really. Is what's going on today. Good job, Gabe. Good slideys. This is a hard one, but it's fun. Like when you get into it, it's like, oh yeah, it's a challenge, but it's a fun challenge. Right. And Gabe, aim for getting that connection of the shin or the knee towards the arm. Right. It doesn't have to be a perfect connection, but over time you start to feel, how can that actually become a little table that supports me? Great. Yes. Good job. Good job, Amy. Feel for being unafraid to move the head forwards a little bit more. Okay. Is everybody finished up? Just give me thumbs up. Yeah? Okay. Okay, from here, go ahead and take a seated position. For knee pile with archer arms. Okay, sit with left knee on top of the right. If that's too intense, then you straighten the right leg. From here, bring the left arm with the tricep reaching up, the left hand to the upper back. Slide your right hand up the low back to reach for the hand, or you use a strap. Here in this pose, feel for connecting the back line of your body to both of your arms. So connecting your head to your left forearm and feeling the point of connection of the back of the right hand on your back. Instead of having to do more in this pose, can you just feel those connection points and allow your intuition to guide you in a graceful way into feeling through this pose? Forward bend. Move your torso forwards. And you can either keep your arms in this pose, or you can release the strap, release the bind, and walk the hands forwards. Can you wash a breath into any spot that has struggled now or during this practice or recently with feeling the weight of perfection? Can you practice responding to reality more appropriately, more honestly? Press your hands on the floor, bring your torso up. Change the cross of your legs. Right knee on top of left. Once again, if that's too much, you straighten the left leg. Right arm, right elbow reaches up, left elbow reaches down. Come to bind in the hands or using a strap. Once again, feel for connecting the back of your skull to the right forearm. Connecting the back of the left hand somewhere along the spine. Have enough active feet so that you can feel present through your whole leg. Inhale, feel for arching your upper back backwards. Exhale, level your chin more towards your chest to slide the back of your neck up. Release the strap or hold onto the strap to forward bend. You connect to the truth that you did not come to this planet to prove anything to anybody. You only came here to live your life. Embrace right now what it's like to be you, with nothing to prove. Hold an attitude now of restfulness as you transition from this pose into Savasana. Make your transition count, make it smooth. Don't jerk yourself into Savasana. Slowly lay on your back and open up. Once you're in Shavasana, can you dance with all of the good feeling you've created in your body? Can you allow for the awareness of what feels good in your experience to take up even more space in your mind? Can you become aware of anywhere in your body that is gripping or fighting gravity? Unable to simply let go? Inhale, and with the gentlest breath, feel for caressing this area. When you exhale, ask absolutely nothing of it. Just let it be. Feel for continuing to send breaths into any area that needs attention or that has a backlog of pressure. If you feel the need to release some pressure that you found internally, I invite you to exhale with your mouth open like you're making a ha sound and removing this pressure from the back of your throat. Turn your life into something to savor, not a performance. Embrace what new doors could open in your life and in your psyche when you have nothing left to prove. And if you find an edge of worry, fear, anxiety, or overwhelm that wants to meet this idea of expanding in a new way, sigh out through the back of your throat, recognizing and honoring the fact that that exists inside you. Feel how it feels like your body could be sucked up by the earth. That's how deep your connection runs to this planet. And if there's any part of you that's able to feel a sense of groundedness or peace, when you feel into that connection, aim to recognize that is your spirit connecting to its calling to be here and to share from your heart. Today and forever, allow your imperfections to continue to guide you on the path of your heart. Start to move your fingers and your toes. Or if you want to hang out here longer, you can. But for those ready to come out, slowly bend your knees. Take any stretches you need. Roll onto one side. Press the floor away with strong arms and relaxed throat and neck. Gabe, I'm gonna get you a cookie. That was so good. Sit up slowly, head comes up last. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Share and shower gratitude on all of the things about you that could be perceived as imperfect. Because that reality, God, it's so beautiful. It's so meant to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, guys.